What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the Survival Craze series. We have a lot of things that we gotta do. We gotta work on this bridge, make sure it's fully pristine, even though it's not gonna be. We do have to drop one corner down just a little bit so we can actually fit the rails and have that go all the way through. We gotta get the base for these, so we gotta put all the bricks in here, which means we're gonna have to go and get bricks. Same with that side over there, and then we gotta do the same for here. And then we also gotta put the spruce on these, which honestly should be pretty simple. So that's what we're gonna do. I don't know if we're going to be able to get all of it in one, but we're going to try and get whatever we can. I do need to have a whole bunch of stuff here, so we're just going to get all this dirt. Um, I'm probably going to swap all the stone to stone brick, and we'll just have that go all the way across. So there's going to be a lot of things that we're going to need. All right, so we got the spruce set for this one. We need to put the walls in and probably a few other things. We also need to put all this dirt and stone or whatever into spruce, which means we're definitely going to need a lot more spruce. So I'm probably going to go and start the farm for our spruce trees. Just having a dark oak. We'll probably just have a spruce for now. Just so we have a lot going, and then we can always keep it flowing constantly. And we are technically pretty close, so it should just keep going. Let's head over here real quick. Let's get our spruce started, and then we can come back. Right, I'm just gonna plant some more extra saplings just so they're growing. And then, oh, can't have a torch there. That's crazy. Then we're gonna put all these to. We're not gonna have dark oak or anything sitting inside. So all that's there. I don't know if there's anything in here. If there is, that's gonna be iffy. So yeah, let's start this machine up. Wow, we got leaves going through. What the heck is happening here? All right, really? You trying to party? Go away. Oh, we need one dark oak, or not dark oak, spruce. Did a log just so we can place that into our thing. Probably gonna try and do like a good 3 or 4 just so we have a constant flow set. Obviously, oak is gonna be in this one. We're not hauling oak. We don't need to worry about that. Just boom and boom, and we'll do this. There we go. So we got spruce in these, and we won't have to worry about weeds or anything. It'll get burned, but pretty simple. We'll go here, and we'll let that activate. I don't need. I could technically get rid of that, but we'll be fine. As long as they keep growing and showing, perfect. Yeah, at least could just get burned. Those should be burned. Should a very short amount. All right. Well, now we just gotta wait for spruce to get growing and placing, and we'll be perfect done. And we're already at 73. That's gorgeous. All right. So let's take what we have. We'll keep this going. I still need to make a chunk loader, but we have to kill a wither for that, and I really don't want to right now. We will hold off on chunk loaders. We're actually going to pop these rails out real quick so we can get everything underneath. All we got to do is connect it from here to there. It'll be pretty simple. And of course we have a drill. We could just do this. And of course they have dirt under here. All right. I hear a zombie, which most likely means he's probably in the wall behind me, because I can't remember if I put torches in there or not. So now we may have a zombie farm back there. So let's put our logs in here. We have a space in between. I mean, yeah, that's practically what we have. Is that? Hold on. No, this one's just going to be rails, and then on this spot is the wall. Okay, so maybe we put a little bit too wide on this. Yeah, it goes rails, and then the wall will go. Yeah, we definitely made that. Whoopsie. So we're definitely going to have to shrink that bridge down a good chunk just because, well, we messed up. And something I'm going to do, I'm just going to have these go all the way across. And I can actually re-add these rails back just so we don't forget. And we're somehow not enough. All right, not too bad. Let's get all this going across. Yeah, we might as well put some dark oak on the side also, just so there. We do have dark oak. That was the wrong thing I wanted to do. Because the wall is going to be right here. And yes, we're going to put a wall next to a wall. Probably, no, we won't do a wall to a wall. We'll just have it wait till it gets to an opening, and then we'll put a wall to a wall. Just gotta get all this set in, and then we should be good. Oh, that was a very close call. Almost just had a creeper land on me. All right. That was a very, very close call. That was a little bit terrifying. I just seen him peek out. All right, well, let's get all this put in. And we are completely out of spruce. So now we gotta hope our spruce farm, or tree farm, has activated. And we have a whole bunch of stuff in. And we only have 9. So we're gonna have to sit here for a minute or two. Whoa, almost turned to dust. All right then. Yeah, we're gonna have to sit here for a minute and let these grow, and then we can go back to it. We'll sit up here for a bit because I don't have any spruce. Well, do I have spruce on my base? Let me go check. I mean, we have 25 spruce logs. One in there. You have it. We have a whole bunch of dark oak, so if I ever need dark oak again, I could just come here. Spruce, on the other hand, I am in debt, so nice. We don't have that much. We're gonna have to sit here and let this farm for a bit, so definitely gonna have to hold for a few minutes. Simple for you guys. All you guys gotta do is deal with a little jump cut. Me, I gotta sit here. Enjoy the jump cut. All right, so we sat here for a good little bit. It was about 30 minutes. I did try and add some slabs in the middle of these just so we could get like a big tree like that. But it didn't want to work, so I just said screw it and we put everything up close. We do have 1,000, which is pretty good, so we will just take a good chunk of these and we'll head back. And that will keep growing, that will keep going on its own. So obviously we won't be there, so we'll have to be there for it to work, but honestly not too worried about that. All right, so all we gotta do, get some of this, get some of that, agabagoo, agabaga. Perfect. And then we just gotta cover all this up. All right, so we got all this done. We can at least get rid of all of these wall pieces, and then, well, we won't even need these. We could just try and reconvert everything underneath, just so we have it. Obviously, we've gone out a little bit too far, so we can always just change. All right, so we got this side done. We just got to get, well, our base, and then, well, we're also going to need some brick, which means we're going to need a lot of clay. The easiest way to get clay is by crushing gravel, which, I mean, technically we have a gravel farm with our iron farm back at base. That does give gravel. That's going to give a lot of sand though. And this is only 5%. If we do dripstone, that does give clay, but we don't have a dripstone farm as well. You kind of can't. But putting sand in a washer, we can use the gravel to crush into sand, and then we can use the sand to wash into clay. Perfect. I'm syncing with my brain. Kind of. We're also going to need like some stone bricks just for some of the walls, but we can hold off on those for now. Let's go ahead and go get all of the clay for the bricks. We're going to need a whole bunch. I might as well make all that, and we're going to need a ton. I'll make 1,000. Let's head back to base. Let's get our gravel and crush it into sand, and then we can crush that sand into, or wash and what? Into clay. Now, we're actually pretty close to running out of fuel for a jetpack, which is kind of crazy because we're running through an entire thing of fuel, basically in one entire episode, so that's crazy. We're using so much. I definitely need a way to try and figure out how I can farm this up. Alright, well, here's everything. Now we'll press. We have 10k iron. Nice. That's all flint because that's all that, but the thing is, we don't need flint, but we actually do have to get rid of that, so we do need a lava bucket. I really don't even know how this turned to water. That's one thing that's confused me. I don't know how we turn that to water. It's so laggy. There we go. Gravel. Alright, so let's take this up to our workstation. We'll crush all this gravel into sand, and then we'll wash the sand with fire. Just kidding, it's water. It's so laggy over here, dude. Alright, we'll do that. We'll throw everything that can practically go in there. We don't need flint. I'm not too worried about that. If I need flint, I could just put a thing at my flint depot. Oh, yeah. I have tracks in here? What? I don't have tracks. Oh, we got some clay. Yeah, we're just going to let that go for a bit, and then washers. Let's make sure as she washes, because there's some that don't like to work. Okay, it does, and we'll just throw all that in. All right, so I should be able to put a thing of clay in here, and I should turn it into a brick, hopefully, if I'm remembering this correctly. It does, perfect. So yeah, we could just throw all that in there. All right, so we have a lot, and I mean a lot of bricks that we have to go through. Now, oh god, we could get rid of these little sides just because we don't need them, and practically they're useless. So obviously they're gonna overhang. I don't want anything to overhang, you know. I still need to figure out what I can build up here. I'm not fully sure on what yet, but I will have to figure that out. And then we got to do this, and then continue down all that way too. So great, we have a lot of things that we got to do. I still got to do that side too. Now, actually, instead of doing angles, yes, it will look a little different and weird because, I mean, you have all these. I may just keep it toward that side. We may just have it to where we have pillars that just go straight down. I'll probably be the best bet. So I might do that. We may get rid of all this and then all that one over there. And same with that. And we'll just add pillars. So let's go ahead and do that. I do like that idea a lot better. I should probably activate the magnet. Alright, so we should be able to do this. We'll have this go around. How is there? Okay. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll just have a pillar here. That should be good enough. We can obviously, we have the slope so we can try and make it look like it stretches up to it. Nothing crazy, simple. And honestly, this should save us a little bit on the bricks. Obviously, we're going to need a lot more, so we're going to have to head back to base at some point. Right now, I think we're okay. And yeah, we're pretty well. I'm gonna need so much more because that was all in one. I'm trying to keep it hollow in the middle so we don't have so much. I'm gonna need a lot of gravel. I don't know how I feel about that. And we're actually pretty close to running out of fuel, which is I don't have anymore. Cool. All right, let's go to our lag farm. Grab a whole bunch of gravel. Never mind. Alright, so we're actually very struggling on bricks. Gravel is not giving as much sand as I was thinking, and it's not really, the sand's not giving as much clay as I was hoping. So, I gotta figure out if there is a better way to get clay. Now, obviously, gravel does the sand. That's instant. Every gravel goes into sand with a 5% chance of clay. Dripstone is an automatic clay no matter what. Sand is a 25%, which sucks. I can't really do dripstone because, well, I don't have a dripstone farm that is willing to make as much dripstone as I need. So there's a lot of issues that we have that we can't get just because we don't have the materials. So yeah, we're gonna be struggling for a little bit because well, we need a ton of, and the amount that we're getting from this really not that good right now. This is our pretty easy version of a cobblestone jet. Makes cobble, turns to gravel, which easily turns the sand and stuff like that. We're gonna have to stay here for quite a while just to get something because we don't have a clay. Now I could make one. I do want to use the bricks a lot more later on, so I could make a little clay farm that we can try and use. So I mean, could do a dripstone farm. All we gotta do is just dripstone, and then we gotta get it to where it can break it, which I guess we can just use a deployer with a pickaxe. I don't know if that would work. So I'll have to test all that. There's a lot of things to test. Oh man. All right, well, I'm gonna destroy all this gravel real quick and then try to get more. Yep, so we gotta sit here and wait for all that. Cool. All right, so we sat here for a few minutes to try and get more bricks. Honestly, I don't think these bricks are gonna be enough, but we're gonna see how much we can actually get placed on this. And then if, well, we need more, we could just come back. Kind of have a little rhythm set for us, so all I gotta do is just try and jump back into that rhythm. All right, so we're gonna start these bricks. I do want to add, I think there's some like cracked bricks or whatever that we can make at the table. Yeah, there's cracked bricks. Why is there cracked bricks brick? Okay. Honestly, it's not too bad. We could definitely do some cracked bricks. We'll add that into these, just a little texture, make it look like it's about to break itself, but we could get that a little bit later. We do need a torch, so let's finding my torches. Where my light go? Do I not have torches? I thought I had a whole bunch of torches. Literally right there. Ooh, we got a speed demon over here. Where are you? Come on, buddy. You have fire res, absorption, and speed. Let's see what he dropped. Anything good in this? It says nothing, but ooh, we got a music disc. It's pretty useless, so it is a copper backpack, so I will gladly take that. But honestly, I really don't need it that much. If I could keep finding more of those, I will 100% take them. All right, there we go. We do have to add some pillars. We're gonna add some little out pieces here just so it looks like it's extending out, and then we'll put some of the slopes on these just so it looks like it slopes out. Yeah, perfect. And save on some brick space. We'll do some specialties. All right, so we got one side, which I am kind of liking how it looks, flows like that. So that actually does seem pretty well. We are completely out of the sides or the slope layers, so we are gonna have to make more of the. These do not place upside down or vertical, whatever. If they did, that would be a lot better, but they don't. That sucks. So we are gonna need more zinc for that. We can now work on these ones. There's so many. I have a full creeper farm if I ever need it. Dang. And just like that, we are out of bricks, which means I have to head on back, go get more, and suffer a lot longer than what I was planning. I don't even have those done. So this video, whew, it's gonna be a little bit. I just need to finish those. That's it, and then we can work on everything else. All right, we are back. Some more bricks. I have a feeling we're actually run out again. Nice, fun little trip. Continue going. So we gotta get this down. A lot of wool. Shouldn't use that much because I mean, right into a hill. Should try and hopefully. All right, so we got these pillars done. Bad thing. This is our final set of bricks, which means all that is not gonna be done unless we continue trying to get more, which is gonna be a pain. But we're gonna hold off on that. I do want to place the rails if I have them. All these rails. All right, so we got rails that go all the way through. We're gonna need some walls that can go down all the way, and then our tunnel is perfect. This will go through. Hopefully, it doesn't destroy anything in here. We'll find out, but oh well. And then we'll just continue down. Perfect. We'll get our stone brick walls and we'll put all those. All right, let's go ahead and put all these walls on. All right, so we are on the walls. We should actually be done here in a few minutes, as long as I have just enough I need for this. We may not. We do. Perfect. Yeah, we have all the walls. We do need to put some lights on this. So again, I put some lantern hanging down on. I don't know if I want to do like a big lantern or just like little ones, or if you want to like custom. Not sure yet. We'll have to figure that out. But if I do a big custom, I can put it. I could put one here, one in between, put one in between these pillars on that side. So we do one here and then one there, just to make it look a little bit better. We do have a lot of ideas. This bridge is somewhat complete. We just have to come back to lanterns and lights like that. This one, well, we need bricks. Quite a lot of things that we're. And then we still got to work on the overhangs. But we also have to train for this. We're gonna need a lot. I mean, a lot of metal and iron. Good thing we have our iron farm going. We're not gonna have to worry too much. So we are gonna have to build the chain up here. All right, we got a decent amount done. I mean, pretty well just building. We still have to work on this one. We are going to have to end today's video here. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you do want to see some extra content, I do have a second channel in the description. It's a whole bunch of different like content, stuff like that. I also do want to start like a whole brand new series for this channel. So that may come out hopefully soon, within maybe the next few days or week, if I can get it all recorded in time and edited in time. So we also have started recently streaming on Twitch and Kick. We did a stream last night where my friend and I played some Black Ops 3 modded zombies. If you do want to jump into a stream, everything will be in the description. So with that being said, again, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.